You know what I mean? Look at sales reps. Some of the biggest fucking hustlers I know.
Big time.
That's it. And I think it's all about the energy that you have.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
And I meet a lot of people today who, like they go to work, they kind of bundy in and, they after 8 hours, they bundy out and they just get their paycheck. And, they live for the weekend and they go to the bar. And
I've known that for ages, live for the weekend.
Yeah. Well, that's what the majority...
No, mate, we've all been there too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've all been there too.
And, those people aren't hustlers.
No. God, no.
Those
God,
people
no.
are lazy, and they're most of the time they're just waiting for their paycheck.
Correct.
So they can go on their next holiday, or
of course.
and you know what? Some people are happy with that. So people listening to this podcast tonight, like they'll probably hear that. And
Yeah.
go, well,
I disagree or whatever.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. It's not a bad thing if you're one of those people.
And yeah, exactly. We're not saying that you are by any means. You know what I
No.
mean? It just means that there's people out there that have different fucking sets of.
And then,
That's
what,
right.
if you are,
Goals.
take ownership of it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
of course.
Embrace it.
Embrace
Embrace it.
Of course.
Look, I have very, very dear friends of mine who they don't care about entrepreneurship. They don't care about like goals or anything like that. They just want to be. They just want to be with their kids.
Yeah,
And,
they just want to live a happy life.
That's right.
Whatever happy, like their happy life is.
their happy life, right? So it's it doesn't apply to everyone, but I think at the end of the day, this podcast is targeted towards people who want to succeed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And success doesn't come easy.
No.
Right. And it doesn't come without hustle.
No.
Unless you win the lottery. But I don't see that as success. Because those people who win the lottery, they pretty much lose it in about a month anyway.
100%. And going on that, that's why people say if you're going to actually start a business, start it with no money.
That's right.
Because if you get all this investment straight into all this stuff, you're going to buy shit you don't fucking need.
I've been through it.
Yeah.
I've been through it. Like I've gotten private investment,
Mate.
and what happens is that business actually failed.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
And it'll fail quickly too because you're like, fuck, I've got money. Yes.
Too much resources.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
The best.
You
way
don't
to
know,
go-
you don't know how to build something.
That's right. You don't value it.
Even with your bare hands. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Like,
That's right. You don't value
Yeah.
it. Like bootstrapping is the best way to start any business.
correct.
So many people say to me, "Oh, Zara, I can't get into business because I don't have any money. No one's going to give me any capital." And it's like,
Go raise it.
either go raise it or put sweat equity.
No,
in.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
equity, go
Hustle.
go make the fucking money to
Hustle,
make it happen. You know what I
right?
mean? Like,
So the person who starts from nothing but has the most success at the end of the day has the biggest hustle.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Because to turn something from nothing to something quite big, it's not luck.
No.
Like that's not luck.
It's picking up doing things consistently day in, day out.
Yeah, I'll get so angry when people say, "Oh, yeah, guy just got
'Cause you're
lucky."
lucky.
You know what I mean? Or he had rich parents, or he did. My parents aren't rich, but I mean, it's all the excuses come out under the sun, right? And it's only an excuse because your hustle wasn't big enough, to get to where I am,
Correct.
right? And it's really, really funny because the people who do have big hustle, they don't talk about it.
No.
They just do it.
Yeah,
It's just in their blood. They just do it,
correct.
right? And that's the biggest thing with the buzzword hustle these days, especially with social media,
Yeah.
is that everybody talks about it.
You know what I find the biggest hustlers say? Mate, I've just been busy.
Yeah. Flat out. Flat out.
What have you been up
That's
to? Heaps.
Yeah. That's it.
Like
That's
that's genuinely it. And that's pretty much end of conversation. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, if I told you, you wouldn't understand. Like, legitimately.
If someone said to me, "Oh, I've just been hustling," I kind
of turn off.
Yeah, I kind of go, have you really? Because I actually really want to challenge you on that and see how much you have been hustling.
100%.
Right? But look, I'm not saying that people lie to me or anything like that, but it's just one of those things that people talk up, I think, when it comes to business and work-related things, because they're trying to come up with some sort of perceived value that they're doing more than what they're getting paid for.
Yeah.
Or, it's a form of self-promotion, right?
Yeah.
And, for us, I mean, it doesn't really... I guess, as an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter if your hustle is big or your hustle is small. It all comes down to results,
Correct.
right? Numbers don't lie. Look at the scoreboard.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
So for
you're,
us,
you're either up or you're down.
that's right. So for us, it's like, well, why do we need to tell people if we're hustling or not? We just need to produce results. You know what I mean? If we don't get results, then we don't win.
Correct.
And at the end of the
Right?
day,
It doesn't matter if we don't win. Sorry, Mark, to cut you off,
you're
but if we don't win, but we tell people we're hustling, what use is that?
Yeah.
Correct.
You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct. Yeah, exactly right. Because then you look like a fucking liar.
That's right.
And then people devalue everything you say after that for the rest of the fucking time. You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
it's very
Who
hard
else
to
are we
redeem
impressing?
yourself.
That's,
It's very
that's another thing that people need to realise. You're not impressing anyone but yourself. That's the real person you need to impress at the end of the day,
Correct.
is yourself. You know.
that and your fucking mother. That's about it. That's about it. You know what I mean?
But it's so many people get caught up, and I have been guilty of it myself, where you're in your own lane and you're going along and you're like, yep, sweet, I'm good, let's do it, and then someone comes along on social media or whatever it is, and then they've got this brand new toy, they got this or that, they've got whatever they've got, and it brings you back 2 notches. And
Hey,
you're just like,
funny
oh.
thing about that too, I was what was his name? Ty Lopez. You know, like he first started up by hiring all that shit. Like the Lambos onto the stuff. He fucking had nothing, but he was very smart about how he did it. You know what I mean?
He's done very well.
But he made it look like he was fucking famous and rich and a great entrepreneur. And they leveraged off that. I think that's fucking sensational. But it was a lie.
Yeah.
It started. It banked off a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You know what's funny about that, Chris? That Grant Cardone says that there's you would be familiar with this. 3 types of people on social media, right?
Yep.
There's people that resent it.
Yeah,
Kinda like
completely.
That was me. Probably about a year ago,
Yeah.
right? There's people that use it for entertainment.
Yep.
Right? And they just use it for social purposes
Yep.
and all of that sort of stuff. And then
Try to
there's
pick up chicks.
yeah. And then
Swipe
there's-
right.
And then the third are the people that market themselves on
Correct.
it because they see it as a marketing medium.
Mate, and that's
That's what Ty Lopez did.
Yeah, correct. Exactly right. Exactly right. And based off that, I got into a little bit of a conversation about this with someone recently. The biggest marketing tool that we've had in the past 2-3 years has been the Instagram story, because every person literally just presses a button, they're like, oh, I can swipe up and buy
It's a new
that.
TV.
I can swipe up and buy that.
It's a new TV.
It is.
It is exactly
That's the
right.
entertainment now. That no one watches TV anymore.
Exactly
I don't watch
right.
TV anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
And hey, you know, like this right now, it's going to be on social media. I'm not trying to market anything. I'm just having a conversation with 2 good friends of mine. But this could be seen as a form of marketing too. You know what I mean? It's just passing out information. But a lot of people do resent it as well.
Yeah.
Because my mum fucking hates it.
The thing is, right?
My uncle fucking hates it. If he got on social media, he'd be a fucking billionaire.
The thing is, whether people they don't recognise it,
No,
if
they
need
don't.
it or not, right? But the problem is, or it's not a problem because we've recognised that we need to use it, and it's an important part of our business strategy, right? But moving forward, if you are not on social media, then you're behind times.
Oh, massively.
You know what I mean? And I've been fortunate enough to have people like yourselves around to kind of teach me about it and motivate me to get more involved in it and all of that sort of stuff, because, you know, I've needed that encouragement. But, you know, like, I can't imagine being without it now with all my businesses and trying to brand myself, you know, like it's anyone wanting to succeed and that's... It's the only medium now. You know, like people, like I said earlier, they don't watch TV anymore. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
You know, and I read books, and I think self-help is quite
massive.
big,
Yeah,
you know?
I
And
agree.
Transparency.
Well, if you want to call it
and
different, self-development as opposed to self-help, because it's moving forward as opposed to helping.
That's right. So authenticity is
correct.
massive now. So this goes back to why, you know, I don't watch it, but the Kardashians, right?
Yeah.
It's a reality TV show.
Correct.
But look at what they've started. Everyone's doing a reality TV show now. Why? Because it's authentic.
Correct.
It's raw. Well,
Correct.
we don't know how authentic the Kardashians is, but it is a reality TV show.
Yeah.
So with social media, it's just another form of reality TV, right? So what's happening is now these social media platforms are coming out with, you know, like the Insta stories and the Facebook Lives. It's becoming more and more and more raw, so you can't be staged, right? So because everybody wants transparency.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see what that, like, for example,
Everyone
in a
wants to see
business,
if you're hustling or not.
that's right.
Yeah.
In a business, if you open a business now, you can't hide behind creative marketing anymore. and have a shit product.
No.
You need to have a good product.
Yeah.
You need to have a good service. You need to excel at what you do, right? And you need to be good to people. Where before social media came in, you could have had a bad product, a bad service, but you could have had creative marketing to suck people in, right?
Yep.
And people wouldn't know any better, right?
Correct.
But now we have reviews on our Facebook pages. We've got people talking. Everything's transparent.
Yep.
So the quality of work and the product that we produce now has to be a good product.
Correct.
Right? Whether it's a service or a product, it has to be good. So what social media has done, it's almost weeded out the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because bad guys can't do business anymore.
No.
Like, for example, supplement shops, right?
Yep.
All the bad supplement shops, they can't trade anymore.
They're cooked now.
They can't. They
Yeah.
can't hide behind anything anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So they've had to shut down, as
Yeah.
you would know.
Yeah, mate. Fuck,
Right?
they're-
They're starting to drop like flies, which
Yeah,
is
they are.
good for the industry because
Yeah.
all of the bigger guys
get a chance to thrive.
because
even
they're
more.
actually doing the right thing.
Correct.
Right? So that's what I like about it, is that because I consider myself to be a good person.
Yeah.
I want to help people, right? So when I help people, I want other people to know about it.
Correct.
I want people to know that I'm a good person
Yep.
and a good businessman
Correct.
as well. So what social media allows me to do is basically shout that to everyone into the world.
Yeah.
Right? And it allows us to scale.
Yeah.
So getting back to hustle, if we hustled that, the transparency of our business, that we have a great product and a
Yep.
great service, and we hustle that out, then the sky's the limit with where you can take your business.
massively. Especially, the expansion of social has been crazy. And we've only seen the tip of the iceberg too. To be fair, we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be. I was actually listening to a Gary Vee podcast the other day. I think it was Gary Vee and social media examiner Mike Stelzner, and they were just saying that at some point it's going to be like a retina scan, and you're going to get everything you need from that straight away, like to the point where you're going to get actual information put into your fucking system from a retina scan or something like that, which is going to be crazy. You'll be smarter by doing that. You know what I mean? And wait until you are able to develop the product that goes into the retina scan.
Technology's come such a far. It's just only going to get. It's going to compound in growth.
Yeah, correct.
It's only going to get bigger. Like, I remember the days when I finished up working in nightclubs, right? And we'd get into punch ups all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just one of those things that you do when you're in nightclubs. But it got to a point where like you couldn't get into a punch up anymore because everything's on CCTV. Like you walk down the street, you can't do anything anymore, right? Like all of these fights that started breaking out, after I finished out, and these king hits,
punches,
and all of that sort of stuff. All of those guys are in jail.
Yeah.
Because they got caught. They're basically all on camera.
You can't get away from that.
You can't get away from it anymore, right? So even back then, I was like, wow, you can't really do anything anymore. Like, you can't really be a bad operator in the nightclub industry anymore, right?
Yeah,
because you've got to do everything by the book. So you've got to call the coppers, you've got to, log everything because the coppers want to see you logging something on the CCTV. So, it forced us to play by the rules.
Correct.
Right? And not that we were bending the rules or breaking the rules before, but... like even as something as small as that, as CCTV becoming so common and everywhere, you can't do anything bad anymore.
Yeah,
right. You can't hide from the truth. You can't produce something shit, right, and then go, oh, but it's the best product in the world on your advertisements, right? Because back in the day, you could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Right? A lot of the...
And fuck, it happened all the time.
It happened all the time. So many people got sucked into it.
Yeah.
So, hustle, getting back onto hustle, it means we need to hustle harder.
Yeah. I was just about to say, we should actually we're going to do another podcast on social media and how it can benefit other people too, because we all know how it can. I think we've got a lot of information that we can actually, give out to other people on that as well. Yep. But with the hustle, right, there's a few strategies that you can put into your every day to make sure that you can be better at it, right? Like myself and you, I know you have rituals to make sure you stay on track, you know what I mean? That, and what's the other thing? Being organised. If you're going to be a hustler, you got to fucking know what you're going towards. You're going to see your end goal and work backwards so you know what you have to do every day too. Yeah. For me, I have... for you guys, you should know. That's my list for my week. It's crazy.
It's a big list.
It's a big list, you know what I mean? And if I don't have that, I'm fucked. But that's my hustle just there, you know what I mean? If I don't have that put in front of me, I don't know what I'm doing every day. You know what I mean? So the rituals every morning for myself are going to be, the second I get up, I actually do a 3-minute meditation on that Headspace app. Amazing. Clears my head completely so I'm not fucking stressed anymore, you know what I mean? Because the second you get up, you got 80 things to do. You're like, fuck, you got to prioritize and work out which way to start and all the stuff too. But you do that, meditate for 3 minutes, walk the dog, have a coffee, get stuck into work. This is